It may be recalled that the Nepal Communist Party had settled the leadership of the school department following long tussles between the two camps at the ruling party. Although people's democracy is followed as ideology of the party, the school department chief Ishwar Pokhrel has been advocating for multi-party democracy. The scenario means that although the issue might look settled for the time being, the department is sure to remain a bone of contention in the days ahead. Good morning, I am Sharon with the Hal. Let's begin with the main stories. Government officers indifferent towards updating the records of public properties. Acting Prime Minister Pokhrel says the illegal occupants of public lands are within the political circle itself. Government-owned company uses the route of Tibet to supply rice to Humla district. Road transportation considered much cheaper than supply using airplanes. North Korea fires two suspected short-range ballistic missiles into the sea in a clear violation of UN resolutions. Kim Jong-un lauds the device team, calling it a great success. And Crystal Palace make history as they crush Manchester United 2-1 at the English Premier League. Frank Lampard earns first EPL win as Chelsea manager. Liverpool humble Arsenal 3-1. Let us now begin with the latest national political updates. At a time when public lands are being encroached across the nation, the government has remained indifferent towards updating the records of such lands. The government's failure in regular updating and conservation has made it easier for people to abuse the lands owned by the government, public and Guti corporations. Despite the existing anomalies, the departments of survey and land management have hesitated to perform their duties in the pretext of lack of human resource, technology and policy level complications. Of the total 147,181 square kilometers area, only 23% of populated area has been surveyed. There are no proper records of government, public and Guti-owned land. The Department of Land Management, which had said that the works of managing records would begin 3 months ago, has attributed issues in digitalizing as not all offices have implemented the online system. It will take more than 4 years to update the records at the current pace. While lands categorized by the survey department as government, public and Guti are in such a state, there are no preparations to maintain records of 77% of land that have not been surveyed.
नापी विभागले चाहिँ जसरी पहिला नाप नक्सा भएको थियो आबाद क्षेत्रको जुन मेसिनहरु र जुन विधि प्रयोग गरेर चाहिँ नाप नक्सा गरिएको थियो त्यही विधिबाट अहिले बाहिरको क्षेत्रको नाप नक्सा गर्नलाई अहिलेको मेन पावरबाट र अहिलेको समय सीमा भित्र यो त्यति सम्भव हुने देखिदैन.
Conservation efforts are lacking for the surveyed government and public land, and the forested lands that have not been surveyed are facing encroachment. Guti-owned lands share the same plight. Encroachment of public land is increasing alarmingly as the officials get influenced by the middlemen and the government officers remain indifferent towards conserving their land. The survey department has said that more than 10 million plots have been encroached in forest areas, however, has added that the record has yet to be maintained because of legal complications. Acting Prime Minister Ishwar Pokhrel has said that the ones occupying the public lands illicitly are enjoying political cover. Acting Prime Minister Pokhrel made the remarks speaking at a program in the capital yesterday. He, however, said that he did not want to pinpoint any names in this regard. He added that the tendency to occupy public properties has thrived among the leaders of the country's influential political parties themselves. Acting Prime Minister Pokhrel said that the government needs support from all the quarters, citing that protection of public properties, including lands, have turned more challenging in recent times. His statement has come at a time when General Secretary of the ruling Nepal Communist Party, Vishnu Paudel, has been accused of occupying a land owned in the name of Lalita Niwas in Balutar, which also comprises the Prime Minister's official residence. Now, the government has supplied rice to the remote Humla through Tibet route for the first time, the district that has still remained disconnected from road networks. The government-owned food management and trading company has recently supplied 5,500 quintals of rice to the poverty-ridden district via the Tibet route. The company sent rice to Humla using the road transportation itself, as the supply cost using road network costs 29 rupees cheaper for every kilogram than by airplane. It takes around 11 days to reach to the district headquarters Simcote using road transportation. The government has been sending 25,000 quintals of rice to Humla every year by bearing the transportation charges. Likewise, provides 440 million rupees of grant assistance to the country's 23 most remote districts for the supply of food. The government has made preparations to establish a transportation authority in a bid to improve and better manage the public transport in Kathmandu Valley. The authority, which is being formed to make the public transportation easily accessible, passenger-friendly, trustworthy and safe, will however be only temporary. It remains to be seen if the authority will help manage the chaotic public transport in the valley. According to the Ministry of Physical Infrastructure and Transport, the authority will have a 5-year term. During its tenure, the authority will aim to improve the standard of public transport in Kathmandu Valley. The authority itself will also be able to operate vehicles. Likewise, rights including integrated transport, development of electric fare payment system and setting of routes and fares in the valley have also been proposed. The authority will also form long-term plans and strategies. Despite the provision for the authority to operate vehicles, the modality and mechanism have not been mentioned. The clarity on whether a new company would be formed for operation of vehicles or the authority itself operating the vehicles is absent. Despite the increasing trend of large vehicles in recent years, the number of small vehicles and two-wheelers has not decreased due to ill management. Experts are of the opinion that the authority should create an environment where passengers can depend on public vehicles for sound management of traffic in the valley. Establishing a separate entity for formulation of policies would not make any sense with the already existing department and ministry. The authority must be able to shoulder complete responsibility of the integrated operation and management of public transport. However, it remains to be seen if this task can be performed by a temporary mechanism. In our Public Voice segment, we'd ask the residents of Kailali district what is the importance of Gaura Parva. Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
बुहारी छोरीहरूको दीर्घायु होस् राम्रो होस् भनेर गौरी शंकर देवताका पनि देवता हुन् नि महादेव भनेका अनि माता पार्वती जगतकी जननी माता हुन् अहिले जसले गर्दा पनि हुन्छ महिलाहरूको यो धेरै महत्त्व यो चाड हो श्रीमानको दीर्घायुको छोराछोरीको दीर्घायुको लागि यो व्रत बसेको
अगाडि पछाडि नआए पनि यो समयमा चाहिँ सबैले परदेशबाट घर आउने यताउति राम्रो खाने राम्रो लगाउने यताउति गर्ने रूपमा पनि यसलाई मनाइन्छ यो हाम्रो पौराणिक संस्कृति नै हो
भगवान शिवको पार्वतीसित बचपनको विवाह बालकपनको विवाह जसलाई लोली गमरा गौरा भनेर शाब्दिक रूपमा हो यसको वास्तविक नाम लोली गमरा हो जसलाई 5 दिनसम्म विशेष मानिन्छ।
It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
The question is, why have the information of public lands not been updated? Your options are A. Legal complications, B. Passive mechanism, and C. Unwillingness of political leadership. The voting is on. You can type NEWS, select your option A, B or C, and then send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. With this, let us move to the sports news.
Sports news.
Crystal Palace secured a 2-1 win away at Manchester United in the English Premier League match played last night to record their first victory at Old Trafford since 1989 and their first win over United in the Premier League in their 21st meeting in the competition. Fullback Patrick Van Aanholt netted the winner in the 93rd minute injury time to seal the 2-1 win. Daniel James thought he had rescued a point for United when he curled in a delightful equalizer in the 89th minute following neat build-up from Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial. But Rashford will rue striking the post from the penalty spot earlier in the second half, the second spot kick the Red Devils have missed this week after Paul Pogba had one saved in the 1-1 draw at Wolves on Monday. Meanwhile, it was Jordan Ayew who had scored the opener in the 32nd minute of the first half against the run of play. In the EPL match, Chelsea brushed aside Norwich City 3-2 in Frank Lampard's first win as the Chelsea manager. Tammy Abraham scored a brace while Mason Mount also found the net for Chelsea in the win. Todd Cantwell and Timu Pukki were on the score sheet for the hosts Norwich City. Likewise, late last night, Liverpool hammered Arsenal 3-1. Mohamed Salah scored a brace after Joel Matip had scored the opener with Lucas Torreira scoring a late consolation for Arsenal. In the EPL matches slated for today, AFC Bournemouth take on defending champions Manchester City, Tottenham Hotspur play against Newcastle United, while Wolverhampton Wanderers go head-to-head against Burnley. Real Madrid were held to a 1-0 draw by Real Valladolid in the Spanish La Liga match played last night. First half of the match played at Santiago Bernabeu had ended in a goalless stalemate, while both the goals were scored in the last 10 minutes. Karim Benzema put Real Madrid ahead in the 82nd minute of the very competitive match, while the visitors equalized 7 minutes later through Sergio Guardiola. Having made a good start to the season with a 3-1 win against Celta de Vigo, the Los Blancos, managed by Zinedine Zidane, had to settle for a point last night. That is all for the moment. Our next English bulletin is at 11 a.m. Keep watching Kantipur Television SD for more news and entertainment. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day ahead.